Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a new moon in Leo reading for my dearest Sagittarius. Now Sagittarius, the new moon in Leo doesn't happen until the 4th of August, but we are in Leo season and I wanted to see what messages and guidance came through for you for the next couple of weeks. So if you like these messages, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also a friendly reminder, I am available for private readings. Those links are down below in the description box. And one more final message is that you'll notice that my setup is a little bit different. I have relocated down to the Caribbean, and I just ask for your patience and understanding as I find my rhythm and flow with readings. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what clear messages, advice, and guidance come through for my dearest Sagittarius for their highest and greatest good. All right, so we see sovereignty. Ooh, all right. We see extremes. All right. And we have abundance. Some of my Saggies, I'm seeing you here going it alone. I love this fox energy here with abundance because I also feel like you are very clever. You've had to think on your feet. Some people may see what you do or what you've done as a bit extreme, but sovereignty, Queen of the Moon, she's the boss. This is you being completely autonomous, physically, emotionally, financially, and I have to tell you, it feels really, really good because you're doing this for your abundance. Now, remember, abundance and wealth mean different things to different people, but I am seeing it as you being very, very focused on your work, on your own business, maybe on your education. Some of you might be recently single. A lot of you, it doesn't even have to do with a relationship. I mean, you could be in a happy relationship, but you have sovereignty and you're very singularly focused on building abundance, creating generational wealth, or possibly breaking generational chains of, an energy of lack here. And we also see action. Beautiful, beautiful energy here for my Saggies because I do feel like Leo energy is all about taking action. Leo is the sign of the ego in the best possible way, meaning that it's an energy of being very self-focused. It's also about being very strong, having boundaries, but it's the mantra for Leo is I will. And a lot of you, you're overcoming something here. Now, you may have come from humble beginnings, and you're becoming, or you are self-made. For others of you, you're overcoming maybe a very difficult relationship here. Some of you too might even be fighting against the odds in your profession, right? Like maybe someone like you, whatever that might mean, has never done what you're doing before. Okay, so I love this energy for you because it's very action oriented. This Leo energy is giving you that extra push. All right, let's see. And let's see what additional messages and guidance come through. I love the sovereign energy. A lot of you, you may identify as the divine feminine, but again, that's not going to be all of you. And remember, my readings are not gender specific, and we all have masculine and feminine energies. But the divine feminine is nurturing. She's creative. She's open to receive her blessings. But I can see that you're in this sort of balanced masculine and feminine energy because you're also very action oriented, very yang energy coming through. Yeah, a lot of you, you're walking away from a particular situation. It could be a relationship. You could be going it on your own. You could be recently single. Maybe you've been single for a long time. But I'm also seeing too, some of you are walking away from a partnership or a contract or a job, something along those lines that just was no longer serving you. And you're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for yourself. And I do feel here with this 8 of Cups in particular, my Saggies, you're not focused on what's been lost. You're not focused on so much what you're walking away from. You're focused on this, your abundance, your happiness, your peace, your balance, and you're calling in wealth, wealth of all kinds. All right, so we have the Magician card. A lot of you, there's like a very extreme change or shift here. Some of you, I feel like for example, it might feel like it's some type of overnight success. Some of you could go from, going, not knowing where your next meal is going to come from to having a whole lot of money and support. Of course, it's not just about finances here, Sag, but what I love about the Magician card is that you have all the tools that you need. Some of you've had to take some extreme measures to really call in this abundance, this wealth, this sovereignty. And, it's not an easy task for those of you, especially who are entrepreneurs. It can be lonely. I read something on Instagram the other day, which I identify with, which I actually thought was very true. Someone said, have you ever noticed that really successful people have to withdraw for a little bit, whether it's weeks or months at a time, to just singularly focus on what it is that they want to do or they want to achieve? And it's true. It is often true. So maybe some of you, you're working on your health and your fitness, or your health and your wellness. So you might be doing a little bit of internal work and just being very focused on yourself because you're very focused on your health and wellness routine, maybe workouts, maybe diet, things like that. Some of you might be doing a detox that might seem extreme to others. But I'm seeing whatever this is that you're doing, it's very beneficial. And I'm seeing with the Magician card, there's just magic around you. Money, and when I say money, I mean like money as in success around you. Let's put it that way. And we have abundance, which we don't get any better than that. We have the Empress energy. Yeah. I mean, seriously, Sag, I could stop the reading right here because it's like you are going from not being where you want to be, and for some of you not having much, to having way more than you ever imagined. And it's because you're taking extreme measures is what I'm getting. Now, it's not about like, trying to, work yourself to death or, like practically killing yourself to get this, because I do feel like there's beauty in taking things slow and really respecting the process and having a process here. But I feel like that's what you've been doing. And like I said, it may seem extreme to others, and there might be what others perceive as an overnight success here, but it's not, okay? You're moving into Empress energy. We have very strong Virgo, Gemini, and Taurus, Libran energy. You might have that in your placement. I'm also seeing, my Saggies, you've always been in Empress energy, but you may not have always felt like it. And so the action that you're taking right now, you're going to be feeling it. You're going to be recognizing it. I mean, you're receiving your crown here. You are receiving your crown, and it is completely deserved. And we see the Queen of Pentacles, yeah, because you know where to invest, and you're investing in yourself. With the Queen of Pentacles, she's not in a huge rush in particular. She takes good care of her house, her home, her finances, her family. She takes care of her responsibilities. She always looks good. Like for some of my Saggies, this really might be like a physical glow up for some of you. You might also be healing particular health issues, releasing yourself from pain. I can definitely see that here. Some of you too, you know what I got? I also heard postpartum depression. So for those of you that may have recently have had children or had a baby, some of you may realize that you weren't your normal self, or you were in a bit of a rut. And I'm seeing that shifting. And maybe you were experiencing some extremes, some up and downs here. Okay, but I'm seeing you finding the solutions that work best for you and coming out of that energy and leaving that behind. Okay, whatever that might be. But that was a very specific message there with someone having recently had a child. All right, so with the 8 of Cups, you're moving towards your 10 of Cups, and you're doing it. I'm not saying you're doing it on your own. Some of you may have help and support. Some of you might be in a very loving, beautiful, supportive relationship. Okay, but it's something that needs to or had to come from within. Okay. And we have the 4 of Swords in reverse. Yep, you're no longer willing to, be in an energy of complacency. You're realizing that you may need to uproot yourself, or you may need to push yourself here to take action, to do things differently. Yeah, and the Hierophant energy, to do things differently. Breaking away from old codes of conduct that are no longer serving you. Now, some of you, this is walking away from a relationship. You may be asking for a divorce or separation or leaving someone behind because you need to be on your own. Okay, and for whatever reason, it could be that was an unhealthy relationship. It could just be because you need to be on your own to achieve your goals, or you perceive it that way, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm also hearing healing family issues. Some of you are walking away from a painful family situation or a rift. And this is not for everyone. But for those of you who know, you know. Sometimes our families are dysfunctional. Sometimes we come from dysfunctional families. And sometimes it's better off for us to not be around them. That is not for all of you, because I know that a lot of you out there have loving, beautiful, parents, siblings, cousins. But for those of you who know that you come from dysfunctional families, you may be also drawing a line in the sand here and saying, you know what, I'm no longer willing to be in this situation. I'm no longer to put myself in a situation where I always feel like I'm getting a slap in the face, or I'm always very triggered. So I like that energy, because you're really standing in your power here. And it may seem extreme to others, but it's what my Saggies here need to do with the Magician card, stepping into their power, taking action here, drawing a line in the sand for some of you. Yeah, with the Ace of Wands showing up in reverse here, Sag, it's you rejecting someone or something. It may be someone or something you're no longer passionate about. So for some of you, it could be a job. You might have been in a thankless job. You might have been in a job that was just, one that you needed to get by, but you didn't have any passion towards it. You need to be more creative. Okay, or maybe you're in a creative field and you want something that's just stable and that is stable and pays well. Your situations are going to be different, but I do see you rejecting someone or something here. Yeah, and you're in your power. This Queen of Wands energy. Some of you, you're branching out on your own. And some of you, that it's been a long time coming, but you may have also gotten a business off the ground. And I see you've probably had to really been on your own, focused on yourself to get this business off the ground. But I'm seeing like a celebration here with the Queen of Wands. I'm also loving this sort of golden, it's a teardrop here, but in the spiritual community, oftentimes our soul, or our energetic body, is a better way to put it, is represented by a golden egg. And I'm seeing that you're really, really protecting your energy here with this sovereignty, with the Empress energy, with this Queen of Wands. So you're repairing any leaks in your auric field. You're recognizing that you have so much more power and control as to the energy that you allow into your life. And like I said, it might seem extreme for some of you. Some of you, you're making some radical changes here when it comes to diet or exercise, or the people you hang out with, or the things that you do, the places you go. But I feel like it's so beneficial for you, Sag, and I feel like there's no qualms about it on your end. Although again, some people might be a little bit offended here, or maybe they're going to feel a little rubbed the wrong way. I'm also seeing a beautiful connection with the animal kingdom here. So I'm not sure if you have pets yourself, or you're spending more time in nature. I just get you have like a more than one animal totem, animal guide here that's supporting you and loving you, Sag. Some of you do work with animal rescue, animal welfare, or maybe you just, you've adopted some animals recently. It's a beautiful energy. Empress energy. I mean, Empress energy is enough said. She's the embodiment of the divine feminine, which is coming out twice in your reading, Sag. So it's like you are just in this beautiful, beautiful, abundant energy. You're open to receiving your blessings, but you know that you need to take action in order to receive them. Some of you, again, you're cutting off beliefs, relationships, situations in order to receive what you deserve. And let's see. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, no longer towing the line. Yeah, look at you. 10 of Wands here, but she's on her own. She's got, her bags packed. She knows her path and her journey forward. Might not necessarily be easy. But with the Knight of Pentacles showing up in reverse, Sag, I really like this energy, because it's like you're no longer putting time and effort into situations that weigh you down, or overextending yourself. And I love the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, because he's also not willing to toe the line. My Saggies out there, you're not just a soldier. Not that there's anything wrong with soldiers, nothing wrong with soldiers. But what I mean is you're not just going to be taking orders. You're going to be the one that's giving orders. Okay, and we see the Moon card showing up in reverse. The path forward is being lit up for you, but you do need to really trust your intuition on this path and this journey, Sag. All right, so let's go ahead and see when it comes to career and finance. When it comes to career and finance for my Sagittarius, clear messages, advice, and guidance. Short term, yeah, a lot of you might be leaving a particular position This position is temporary, so don't be too attached to it. No worries, you will find something that's even more fulfilling and prosperous. And for some of you, it is your own business. For others of you, it is you just really going for it here. Maybe for, you know, again, no longer taking orders, but giving orders. So it's definitely a step up here. And we see fast changes. It's going to happen fast. So I definitely picked up on that with the extremes. You'll be leaving a job suddenly or getting one very quickly, or your work may change dramatically in a short time. Go with the flow. Beautiful. And we also see perspective. Yeah, because you've had a shift in your perspective. I actually feel like they're showing me the Ace of Swords, and they're showing me like a really, really like forceful crown chakra energy. If you change the way you look at things, you could see everything in a brand new light that will help you get where you want to be. Yeah, and I think you've already had that perspective shift here. Absolutely. Beautiful energy here, Sag. Let's take a look at love and relationships. So when it comes to love and relationships here for my Sagittarius. Love and relationships here for my Sagittarius, please. Mirror. Okay, so you're definitely doing a lot of reflection, introspection when it comes to love and relationships. And I do see some of you really contemplating whether or not that's something you want at this time, because I am seeing you being very focused on taking some extreme measures here to get where you want to go. Some of you are like, you know what? No, the next 3 months, the next 6 months, I'm focused on me. I'm focused on this wealth that I want to generate. I'm focused on healing. You know, I'm focused on myself. Because I do feel a lot of you, you know, it does feel like there's an energy of recovery here for you. But it can also be an indication here that you do have a mirrored soulmate headed your way, or maybe already around you. And Spirit saying, yeah, that some of you, you're rebuilding after some sort of loss. But I also feel too, some of you, you have a relationship that's worth working on. You'll know that already or not. Like, trust your intuition with these messages. Some of you, you're rebuilding after a breakup or a separation, okay, or that's your focus here during Leo season. But for others of you, yeah, there may be a connection around you with this mirrored soulmate that is worth working on. But be careful, because we also have golden mirror energy, which one, I feel like this is the time for my Saggies to really be focused on themselves more than anybody else. Okay, and you may have somebody coming towards you that wants to work on it, but somebody that is in it for themselves, where it's been an imbalanced situation. And some of you, you know, with that Empress energy here that we're seeing in your outcome, is that like a lot of you, it's not going to be good enough any longer. Okay, so it is a little bit of a red flag, to be honest. I feel like the messages here are definitely more focused, or asking my Saggies to be more focused on, you know, on this abundance that you want to call in, that you want to achieve. You don't have to be alone to do that. You absolutely don't have to be alone to do that. And with this golden mirror energy, it can be that you need to be self-absorbed right now. Don't let anybody tell you that that's a bad thing, right? Of course, unless you're hurting people that depend on you or something like that. But, you know, I'm really seeing this self-focus as a really good thing. And I do feel you might have somebody here that wants to work on things with you, but I do think you're going to have a really good, long, hard think about it. And with the 10 of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I can sense that a lot of my Saggies, you're not going to be so sure about investing in something that didn't work out the first time around, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and see what clear messages, advice, and guidance come through for my dear Sagittarius for their highest and greatest good. All right, walk in stillness. So Spirit's saying there is no choice to make right now. Just be still. You don't always need to join in or jump into action. Okay, and let's see. Any other messages, advice, and guidance? In the making. You're entering a new reality, opening up to new levels of you and where your best self exists. It's your time to shine, so don't hold anything back. Yeah, that to me is the embodiment of the messages here in this reading. You're entering a new reality, and you may have had to make some extreme changes here, or changes that may seem extreme. But you're opening up to new levels of you and where your best self exists. Double Empress energy. I mean, it doesn't get more clear than that. It is your time to shine, so don't let anybody hold you back, and don't hold anything back, Sag. Ooh, yep, and at the bottom of the deck, invest wisely. Invest your attention into things that support, nurture, and challenge you in healthy ways to help your soul bloom. Beautiful. All right, let's finish up this reading here with an angel number and a mantra for my Sagittarius for Leo season. An angel number and a mantra for my Sagittarius, please, for Leo season. Number 66. Ooh, beautiful Venusian number. I am positive. Your guardian angel is teaching you the essence of unconditional love. You are encouraged to have faith that the universe will provide for you while you are manifesting your inner desires. I am positive. Beautiful energy here, Sagittarius. I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for those of you who are still with me. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment. Let me know how this might resonate with you. Also, I have my links to TikTok and Instagram, and also the links for my personal readings down below if you're interested. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Take care.